Did Taylor Swift just steal Meghan Markle's big moment? The Duchess of Sussex is reportedly furious, and the internet can't stop talking. Imagine this. Meghan finally drops her big Netflix trailer, hoping for a comeback spotlight. But within hours, Taylor Swift swoops in with a bombshell album announcement that takes over every headline. Meghan's project? Completely buried. Tonight, we're diving into the media storm, Meghan's alleged fury, and why this clash has everyone picking sides. Let's rewind to Meghan Markle's big play. After months of silence and carefully keeping herself out of the royal drama headlines, Meghan reemerged with what she thought was her ticket back into the spotlight. Season 2 of her Netflix docuseries, With Love, Meghan. The trailer dropped with massive promotion. Netflix rolled out digital campaigns, placed ads across social media, and insiders say they were betting big on Meghan's return to form. This wasn't just another release, this was meant to be her carefully crafted comeback moment. According to industry analysts, Meghan and her team had been planning this for months. She wanted to prove she could stand on her own as a cultural figure, not just the wife of Prince Harry or the woman tied to endless royal controversies. And with Netflix pushing her name back into the conversation, Meghan reportedly believed this would be the moment she finally regained control of her public narrative. In other words, this was supposed to be her spotlight, her clean slate, her chance to step back into Hollywood with force. Now, here's where the drama explodes. On the very same day Meghan Markle unveiled her Netflix trailer, a move she and her PR team had been hyping for weeks, Taylor Swift shocked the entire world with a move no one saw coming. Without warning, without leaks, and with zero buildup, Taylor announced a brand new album. No teasers, no scheduled rollout, no carefully staged red carpet event, just a post that sent shockwaves through the internet. In less than an hour, it was trending in over 50 countries. Fans flooded Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram, screaming in excitement. Music platforms saw streams of her old catalog spike instantly, and pre-orders for the new album started crashing websites. To put it bluntly, Taylor hijacked the global spotlight without even trying. Meghan's Netflix trailer, with all its glossy editing, professional PR planning, and weeks of buildup, didn't stand a chance against Taylor's sheer star power. Industry analysts were quick to note the brutal contrast. Meghan's controlled reveal versus Taylor's spontaneous chaos. One was manufactured, the other organic. And guess which one the media was more excited to cover? By midday, headlines across the world screamed about Taylor. CNN, Rolling Stone, Billboard, even international outlets from Tokyo to London to Sao Paulo, every corner of the press led with Taylor's album Bombshell. Meghan's trailer, buried beneath the noise, almost as an afterthought. On trending charts, Taylor dominated the top 10 globally, while Meghan barely managed a fraction of the attention. And for Meghan, who had been counting on this moment to reset her narrative, the timing couldn't have been worse. But here's the twist. Some critics are whispering that Taylor's move might not have been pure coincidence. Was it really random timing, or was Taylor's camp fully aware that Meghan was planning a big PR drop that day? After all, in the cutthroat world of media dominance, nothing is ever truly an accident. And if Taylor really did know, then this wasn't just a surprise album announcement, it was a calculated power play that left Meghan in the shadows. So the question becomes, was Meghan simply unlucky, or did Taylor Swift intentionally steal her thunder? The answer might shock you, and wait until you hear Meghan's alleged reaction. Behind the polished smiles and Netflix trailers, reports suggest Meghan Markle was anything but calm after Taylor Swift's bombshell stole the headlines. According to multiple insiders close to her circle, Meghan felt deeply frustrated and even betrayed by the timing. This wasn't just another PR setback, this was supposed to be her comeback moment. She had worked for months with Netflix executives, carefully planning the rollout of With Love, Meghan's Season 2. Teasers had been lined up, interviews were scheduled, and the Duchess reportedly believed this would be the project that shifted public opinion back in her favor. But in a matter of hours, all of that momentum evaporated, swallowed whole by Taylor Swift's album frenzy. One unnamed source claimed Meghan vented privately, saying Taylor had stolen her spotlight. Another said she was visibly upset, pacing as she watched her trailer's metrics stall, while Taylor's announcement dominated every social platform. It wasn't just disappointment, it was personal. After all, Meghan has long positioned herself as a woman fighting for her voice against a relentless press. So to see her moment washed away by another woman, even unintentionally, cut deep. Some insiders even suggest Meghan suspects Taylor's team knew exactly what they were doing, choosing to drop their news at the worst possible time for her. Publicly, Meghan has stayed silent, at least so far. No direct statement, no angry posts, no official acknowledgement. But in Hollywood and royal circles alike, the whispers are growing louder. Meghan's team feels sabotaged, and some are reportedly strategizing how to spin the narrative back in her favor. Could that mean an unexpected clapback? Maybe a subtle dig in her upcoming press tour? We've seen Meghan play this game before, hinting at betrayal without ever naming names. It's a strategy that generates headlines, and one she may use again if she wants to claw back control of this story. But here's the kicker. Whether Meghan chooses to speak out or not, the damage is already done. Her so-called comeback has been branded as overshadowed, and now the story isn't about her docuseries at all. It's about the rivalry, Meghan versus Taylor, former Duchess versus global pop queen. And if Meghan really is as furious as sources claim, then this overshadowing could ignite a feud that the media will never let go of. So what happens when a former royal collides with the reigning queen of pop culture? The narrative is bigger than just one trailer or one album drop. It's about image, power, and who owns the spotlight. And trust me, in Section 4, we'll uncover how the media turned this into a full-blown rivalry between royalty and pop royalty, and why audiences can't get enough. This isn't just about a Netflix trailer and an album drop, it's about two powerful women representing two very different worlds. Meghan Markle, once a working royal and now carving out her identity in Hollywood, versus Taylor Swift, the undisputed queen of pop who can dominate headlines with a single Instagram post. The press wasted no time framing this as royalty versus pop royalty, and audiences ate it up. Think about it. Meghan's story has always been one of struggle with public perception. From the moment she married into the British royal family, she's been battling critics, tabloids, and even accusations from inside the palace walls. Her brand is built on resilience, fighting against the system, and demanding her voice be heard. Meanwhile, Taylor Swift's brand is dominance. Every move she makes becomes a cultural event. Whether it's re-recording her old albums, calling out industry giants, or dropping surprise announcements, Taylor isn't just participating in the conversation, she is the conversation. That's why this clash is so fascinating. On one side, Meghan is trying to rebuild, regain, and rebrand herself as more than just the Duchess who walked away. On the other, Taylor doesn't need to rebuild anything. She already commands the spotlight, with an army of Swifties who amplify every move she makes. The contrast is brutal. Meghan planned meticulously with Netflix for months, only to be eclipsed in seconds by Taylor's spontaneous reveal. To many, this feels symbolic of Meghan's struggle. No matter how carefully she plans, she always seems one step behind the cultural tidal waves. And let's not forget how these narratives fuel themselves. Meghan is framed as the underdog, always clawing for space in a world that resists giving it to her. Taylor, meanwhile, is portrayed as untouchable, floating above the chaos as the media bends around her orbit. Whether intentional or not, the comparison is devastating for Meghan. Instead of being celebrated for her work, she's now cast as the woman who got outshined by the queen of pop. But here's the twist. Meghan's defenders argue this rivalry is completely unfair. They say pitting two powerful women against each other is classic media sensationalism. Still, whether it's fair or not doesn't matter. What matters is perception, and perception right now is that Meghan lost the spotlight war. And if there's one thing Meghan hates more than criticism, it's irrelevance. So, is this feud real or just another media creation? In Section 5, we'll dig into the online reaction. From Swifties dismissing Meghan's frustrations to her supporters claiming she can't catch a break. And trust me, the internet had a lot to say about this one. This whole clash between Meghan Markle and Taylor Swift might feel like petty celebrity drama on the surface, but when you dig deeper, it reveals something far bigger about today's fame economy. In the age of 24/7 social media, even the most carefully orchestrated PR moments can be obliterated in seconds by a louder, flashier story. Meghan's Netflix trailer wasn't just overshadowed, it was swallowed whole by Taylor's surprise album reveal, and that shows us the brutal truth. Attention is the most valuable currency in the world, and only a few can truly control it. For Meghan, this moment highlights her biggest uphill battle. Since stepping back from royal duties, she's been trying to transition from being defined by royal drama into being taken seriously as a mainstream entertainment figure. But here's the problem. She's competing against cultural titans like Taylor, who have mastered the art of commanding the narrative. Meghan is still tied to the royal soap opera in the public's eyes, while Taylor can shift global conversations with a single social media post. That's not a fair fight, but it's the reality Meghan is facing. It also raises a bigger question: how much control do celebrities really have over their own spotlight? Meghan planned her trailer drop for weeks with Netflix, probably thinking she had the calendar mapped out perfectly. But in today's media storm, all it takes is one unexpected bombshell to derail even the best-laid plans. Taylor didn't even have to try to outshine Meghan. She just existed in the same news cycle, and suddenly Meghan's moment vanished. That tells us just how fragile media moments really are, even for A-listers. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Some experts say Meghan may never fully escape the shadow of comparison. Whether it's royals like Kate Middleton, Hollywood stars like Angelina Jolie, or now music icons like Taylor Swift, Meghan's brand constantly gets measured against bigger cultural forces. The danger? If Meghan keeps being cast as the one who loses in these matchups, the public could start associating her name more with failure than resilience. But on the flip side, Meghan has one big advantage. People love an underdog, and every time she's knocked down, her defenders rally harder. This Taylor clash could actually help her, if she plays it right. By leaning into the narrative of being outshined, Meghan could frame herself as the relatable figure fighting against a system where only a select few dominate the spotlight. So, is this the end of Meghan's Netflix comeback before it even begins? Or could this very setback fuel the narrative that saves her? In Section 7, we're wrapping it all up with the ultimate question. Is Meghan truly justified in feeling overshadowed? Or is this just another case of bad timing? You won't want to miss the verdict. So after everything we've seen, the Netflix hype, Taylor's surprise bombshell, the media chaos, and Meghan's alleged frustration, one question remains. Should Meghan really feel overshadowed, or was this just bad timing in a brutal media cycle? Let's break it down. On one hand, Meghan has every reason to feel frustrated. She had been planning this Netflix drop for months, hoping to finally shift her public image away from royal controversies and toward her own creative voice. This was supposed to be her moment, but before the internet even had time to process her trailer, Taylor's announcement wiped it off the trending charts. Imagine spending months preparing for your big day, only to have someone else accidentally snatch the spotlight without even trying. That's enough to sting anyone, even a duchess. But here's the other side of it. Was Taylor really to blame? Absolutely not. Taylor didn't plan this as a sabotage. She was simply doing what she does best, dropping a bombshell and owning the conversation. In reality, Meghan's frustration highlights the harsh truth of modern fame. You don't just have to work hard to get attention, you have to fight for it, because someone else is always ready to steal the moment, even unintentionally. And when you're up against Taylor Swift, who moves entire economies with a single Instagram post, the odds were never in Meghan's favor. And that's where the debate lies. Meghan might feel overshadowed, but others say she should have seen it coming. After all, this is Taylor Swift we're talking about. Maybe the lesson here isn't about Taylor versus Meghan, but about how the media machine decides who gets remembered and who gets forgotten. And in this case, Taylor didn't just win the moment, she owned the week. So what do you think? Was Meghan justified in feeling like Taylor robbed her spotlight? Or is this just another example of Meghan playing the victim card? Was this a deliberate clash of queens, or pure coincidence that shows how brutal the fame game really is? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear from you. Is Meghan being unfairly overshadowed, or should she step up her game in the entertainment world? And don't forget, hit that like button if you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe for more explosive celebrity news, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next chapter. Because trust me, if Meghan claps back publicly, or if Taylor even acknowledges the feud, you know we'll have it covered right here first. This is just the beginning of a story that could reshape Meghan's comeback, and maybe even spark one of the most unexpected celebrity rivalries of the decade.